You ready? Alright, next up on the list is African construction workers, right? I remember growing up, I think at the age of 9, my mom was building this this fucking house, right, in Ivory Coast, right, in Africa, right? So we had all these construction workers coming back and forth. And one thing I noticed about them, at the time, I was a little kid, you know, I used to love muscle because growing up, I told you guys, Dragon Ball Z got me into bodybuilding. I used to love Dragon Ball Z because of Broly and Trunks, and, you know, they had all these crazy developed physiques. And because of that, I used to always buy bulky ass toys, right? I didn't want the fucking little soldier toys. I wanted these big G.I. Joe figures. I was obsessed with muscle, guys. I'm surprised I didn't turn out gay. Well, maybe I ain't. So, and one thing I noticed about these construction workers, they used to come and work at the job. All of them, the ones that were in there for a long time, even though, you know, it's Africa, they're poor, right? So they were not bulky, but they had overdeveloped forearm and, once again, trap. It's probably why I love traps so much. I was surrounded by these dudes with big traps. They had big traps and big forearms, nothing else, right? Flat chested, normal legs, you know, whatever. But they should always take their shirt off because it's Africa, it's hot as fuck. And all you see was these Popeye forearms on all of them, all these motherfuckers, right? They're not fucking related. And these traps. And I used to always wonder why until I started doing research on, you know, lazy line, and I found out about the whole deadlift, formal walk. Think about it. What do construction workers do constantly in Africa? I'm assuming a lot of you guys don't fucking know because you grew up in, you know, a nice, comfortable house. But they do a lot of wheelbarrow shit, right? What they'll do, I used to watch them every single day. They'll pick up the bricks, toss it in the wheelbarrow, right? So I'll pick it up down. Then they'll pick it up, which is pretty much like a deadlift, and they'll just carry the shit all fucking day. It was the most boring job, right? And they'll go back and, you know, hit the hammer thing, wheelbarrow. And I used to always look at them like, okay, you know, I used to try sometimes, you know, when they're on break. I was trying to pick up the wheelbarrows, and they were heavy as fuck. So they're pretty much doing deadlifts every day. And you see when they'll pick up the wheelbarrow, you see the veins all over here, and they'll just like stumble apart, you know, up and down the bad terrain. And eventually, all of them, guys, that's why you can't really tell me genetics and steroids and all that bullshit. All of them had these developed forearms and traps. The exact same muscles that are used in wheelbarrow loading, carrying, whatever you want to call it, was overdeveloped. So once again, you boy, Nucleus Overload. Big shout out to baby mama. She has to sit there and hold this camera. I made like 30 of these videos, guys. Some bitches. So Nucleus Overload, guys, African construction workers, next to charcoal guys.
Yo, come on, guys. That's just a very lazy person. I still am. And I believe that lazy people have the most potential out of every human being on the planet. In fact, the reason why we're so lazy is because we believe it or not,